Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, you know, I've been looking at Brandon Brooks, man. You know what I mean? I seen the picture everybody's talking about. Brandon Brooks look good. There's no denying that. But he ain't playing this season. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I got mixed emotions, man, every time I look at Brandon Brooks, because I don't know what we're going to do in the future with Brandon Brooks. He had multiple major knee issues, multiple major injuries to his extremities, and we need a healthy Brandon Brooks. You know, we need a healthy Brandon Brooks, and I think he's on the road to achieving that. You know what I mean? Let's see what the future holds with Brandon Brooks, man. You know, PFF came out with a real interesting article. It says Carson Wentz is the most important player to the franchise in the last decade. I believe that to be true. Carson Wentz was number 1. I believe Nick Foles was I believe Michael Vick was number 2. I don't know. Nick Foles was number 3. Malcolm Jenkins was 4. And I think Zach Ertz was 5. Listen, when Carson Wentz got there, the fortunes of the franchise changed. Since Carson Wentz got there, we've been to the playoffs 3 straight years in a row. Yeah, some of it is Nick Foles doing, which is why Nick Foles is on this list. But without Carson Wentz's work in the 2017 season, we would not have any Lombardis. The trophy case will still be empty, so to speak, and things will still just be looking how they've been looking. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think Carson Wentz is a very important piece to this puzzle. You know, Carson Wentz will always be linked to the Super Bowl, just like Nick Foles will. But at the end of the day, man, I think PFF got it right with that one. I don't believe at this point that Carson Wentz is the most important player in the division. I think that's still that's still Ezekiel Elliott due to Zeke's dominance. You know what I mean? When he is playing, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Most important player, or listen, if you want a game plan to stop the Philadelphia Eagles, you got to stop number 11. And the clip I'm about to show you, you know what I mean, shows why. You know, we're going to be busting down some film on one of the ugliest losses of the season. You know what I mean? I think it's only right. Now, we talk quite a bit about how good Carson Wentz is. You know, we talk quite a bit about those things. I think it's only right that we, at this time, start to touch on how him being good can be overshadowed by poor play in other areas. We took an ugly loss to the Miami Dolphins, and I want to dissect why. You know what I mean? I want to dissect why, because it's a real point of attack for guys who are not Eagles fans who want to say, well, you guys lost to the Dolphins. You know what I mean? I want to dissect why we lost to the Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? It's a lot of blame that could be passed around, but I don't think any of it goes on the shoulders of number 11 in terms of this game. I want to point out a fact that, you know, even elite level quarterbacks sometimes can't overcome just total team dysfunction. You know what I mean? And shout out to the Miami Dolphins for winning that game. I mean, it ain't really do nothing for you. The Philadelphia Eagles still went on to win a division, but it's time we bust down some film and really look at some things that really disgusted me in that game, man. Yes, sir. When you look at this Dolphins game, you got to kind of, you know, hold your breath at points, man. You know, to start the game off with an interception on Fitzpatrick's first pass, you would think that things would go a little different in this game. This is one of the worst games of the season last year, in my opinion. After the interception, Carson Wentz, just a beautiful read. He makes the only pass you can make on this play that makes sense. He reads it correctly, scans the field, hits Miles Sanders for a nice, easy, small wheel route, walk-in touchdown pass, if you will. And it just was beautiful, man. You know, at that point, you know you're getting the ball back. This is a 3rd and 3. The Philadelphia Eagles get there. So, you know, we get the ball back. We actually have a chance to go up 14-zip, but it doesn't happen that way, which is fine. On the next possession after that, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles and Carson Wentz just kind of sink their teeth and try to make their mark on this game. This looked like a Carson game all the way, if you ask me. He makes a beautiful throw to Alshon Jeffrey. Not much space to make that throw. Carson, again, just he was seeing he was seeing it. That's a drop by Aguilar. He was seeing where the defense was going to allow him to put the ball at early in this game, and he started doing his job. Carson drops back again, rolls out. Nowhere really to go on this play. He takes an unnecessary hit, but we still get the field goal on that drive. This play is where it all turned around for me, man. 4th and 4. You stop him right here. You take short field position. Defenses have to be better. Our defense has to be better in a situation like this. This is a fly route. He didn't look anywhere else. He looked at Darby and realized that Darby is Darby, and this has been happening to Darby all year. And, you know, from this point on, he kind of smelt blood. I'm not going to lie, man. They found the weakness, and they just went after the weakness, man. But Carson Wentz gets the ball back. He does what elite quarterbacks do. He continued to press. He continued not to press. He continued to play a beautiful game on his side of the ball, not worry about, you know, not worry about what the defense was doing. This is a beautiful throw in between the coverage to find a soft spot to your big body wide receiver. This was also an Alshon Jeffrey game, his best game of the season. I really enjoyed that throw right there by Carson Wentz. Fitzpatrick again with beautiful, no pressure. You know what I mean? No pressure at all. Able to, again, expose Ronald Darby. He's able to high point the ball, Devontae Parker, and just do what he wants to Ronald Darby on multiple possessions. He also did what he wanted to Jalen Mills in this game as well. I didn't really agree with this pass interference, but, you know, you can't win them all. You know what I mean? The long balls up to this point were really, it kind of sucked the air out of the defense and the offense by the defense giving up these long balls. And Darby wasn't the only person to get burnt during this game. I don't think Jenkins got burnt, but he gave up a deep pass up the middle of the field. And this play right here, they were running trickery. They had nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? This is the difference between winning 10 games and 9 games on the season. We should have taken care of business here. Everybody converges to the one guy you know who's not going to run it in. You know what I mean? He flips it out to the guy that they leave open. That's what you're supposed to do. Carson still remained composed. I really like the throws that he made on his drive. I think this drive ended up stalling out. Yeah, and we ended up getting a field goal on this drive. But Carson made some pretty good throws. You know, I would like to see him hit Jeffrey and Stroud right there, get some yak out of it. He kind of stopped after he got the ball. But Miles Sanders did some great work in this game as well. I didn't really highlight too much of what Miles Sanders did. I just wanted to touch on some of the passes Carson Wentz was making and still remaining focused even with, you know, the defense giving up a bunch of yards on single shots. You know, Carson Wentz in the red zone is pretty much a technician, if you ask me, man. When Carson Wentz gets in the red zone, he's automatic. You can run or throw the ball. I prefer to pass with Carson in the red zone because he makes things like this happen. You can flush him out of the pocket if you want. A normal quarterback would have ran right here because everybody is guarding a man on man-to-man coverage, and you could beat that lineman, number 56, or that linebacker. You could just sprint right past him. But Carson Wentz buys the right time. His wide receivers know to keep moving. He pumps, gets some space, and he gets Arthega-Whiteside for a touchdown. 21-14, Philadelphia up right here. And this is just another beautiful throw by Carson Wentz. The misdirection in the middle of the field creates Alshon Jeffrey to sneak behind the coverage, use his big frame, and dive in for, 6. Game should have been over at this point, if you ask me. 28-14. I think the Philadelphia Eagles could have done some work. But then you got Jalen Mills on the other side of the field. He's not forcing him out of bounds. I don't know what he's doing. Parker actually can run either way he wants to. Look at this. He has options. And McLeod is extra late getting over there, and now it's a ball game again. You know what I mean? And Carson still remained composed. You know, nobody wants to be in a shootout with a bad team. You need your defense to get it together. But at this point, we were bad too. We were 5-6 at this point. So, some of the things that we were seeing out of the defense were things we were seeing all year. But Carson Wentz was the consistent factor despite having different weapons almost every week. Shouldn't have taken a sack right there. We end up missing a field goal, I believe. And then they get the ball back. And again, Jalen Mills boxing out like he's playing rough, like he playing rough house. I don't know what he got going on. It was terrible, man. His positioning was bad. Everything he was doing just didn't make sense to me in points of this game. But it's a learning experience for some of our younger guys. And Fitzpatrick took advantage of the weaknesses in the defense. I think that Jim Schwartz should have switched scheme and did something different. This just is a slant. I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments.